everyone recently found in the same stone box which held the golden plates of the Book of Mormon.
What?
Like I don't think we realized the gravity of everybody knew Joseph Smith. Everybody knew his name.
Wow, so this is Joseph Smith's handwriting?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And signed as mayor of Nauvoo. A couple years ago, I went to the Boston Antiquarian Book Fair. And I'm walking down, and this guy goes, hey, you're the Mormon guy, the Mormon books guy. And I says, well, yeah, I have a bookstore in Utah. That's one thing. And he goes, I have one of your Mormon books. And I'm thinking he has like a first edition copy of the Book of Mormon or something. And he comes over, and he has this little case. And he goes, no, I've got your book here. And he opens it up, and I see that it's Mother Goose. And I go, yeah, you're funny. Yeah, you're funny. He goes, no, I'm serious. Open up and read the title page. This is 1833.
Okay. Yeah.
So 3 years. Mother Goose's Melodies, the only pure edition, containing all that have ever come to light of her memorable writings, together with those which have been discovered among the manuscripts of Herculaneum. Likewise, everyone recently found in the same stone box which held the golden plates of the Book of Mormon.
What?
So it's saying, we got the rest of the Mother Goose stories in the same stone box which held the golden plates of the Book of Mormon.
It's a joke. They're making
They're
fun
mocking the fact that, hey, well, we got these out of the same stone box.
I was going to say, what is that claim? But, oh, I see. And so he just took it as real.
No.
But he was making fun of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Although that does kind of help to squash the narratives that the whole story was made up later on.
Yeah, there's no way that they could say that this is something that Joseph Smith made up.
The whole stone box story was well known, 1833, so well known that they said, we'll put it on the title page because people are already familiar with the story. It had a lot of saturation.
Interesting. So
that's 1833, Boston.
So in modern times, people try and say that, Joseph Smith had to have made it up afterwards when he was trying to embellish the story.
Yeah.
But this modern relic proves that contemporary to him, within 3 years, it was so well known and it saturated the market, so much so that people that were writing fantasy novels were trying to verify the fantasy by claiming the saturated story.
I think we don't realize the gravity, because when you learn church history, at least growing up, it kind of seems as if it was sort of like the people in the town hated the story of the first vision and everything. You don't realize the whole country was making a meme of Joseph Smith. I mean, the story spread fast. He was a laughingstock. Everyone knew about it. And I think I don't think we realized the gravity of everybody knew Joseph Smith. Everybody knew his name.
I mean, enough that he was, there's pretty compelling evidence that he would have.
Ink was expensive. If they were willing to put that in, I mean,
the guy unironically had a shot at winning the presidency, which is pretty incredible. What's something you have, at least you feel comfortable sharing, because who knows? I don't know if you have his bones somewhere in here. You know what I'm saying? But is there anything that you have, and this is just coming off the top of my mind, is there anything you've had where you thought, this is a compelling evidence that Joseph Smith was telling the truth about X, and what the naysayers have said to dismiss him or dismiss X is just garbage? Do you have anything that comes to mind where you think, okay, this, maybe not necessarily a proof, but this was an impressive push towards believing it?
Well, I have Smith family scriptures. I have a lot of documents tying to Joseph Smith, but I haven't looked at him in quite that way.
Okay.
But one fun item I have, I have a document that ties to Joseph Smith's most famous sermon.
Okay, interesting. King Follett Discourse?
The King Follett Discourse.
Oh, wow, okay.
So a year or so before that, and King Follett is a guy's name. His name is King Follett. Now, Joseph Smith and others, they bought up a bunch of land and then they turn around and sell it.
Yeah.
Well, who do they sell land to? King Follett. I have that land deed where King Follett is buying land and it's signed Joseph Smith, Hiram Smith.
Really?
King Follett then goes to work the ground and everything. He's digging a well. Bucket of rocks falls on him and crushes him.
Jeez.
Then Joseph gives that funeral sermon, but it's because he bought the land of the document that I have.
That's cool.
And that, wow. And that's where
it's in that vault.
Do we get
the document?
Yeah. Yeah, awesome.
I mean, because that's really the first time it's laid out clearly. Hey, you're gonna become a god. This is what a god is. You know.
I mean,
it's famous. It's one of those famous religious sermons of all time.
And the King Follett discourse is pretty much what codified and set in stone what probably would have been dismissed as lore by the Protestants later. That eternal progression is a real thing.
Right.
You know,
These are all Joseph Smith documents. Before we get to the King Follett, this is the only known document completely in Joseph Smith's handwriting in Philadelphia when he's returning from his trip to New York. To Washington, D.C.
Okay.
He's borrowing money from somebody who will then be in the mob that kills him.
Whoa.
Here is a document to John D. Lee.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For being bodyguard to Joseph Smith. $1 a day for night watchman. And then it says on here, we'll pay you as we can from the treasury.
Okay.
Do you know how many times he had to go to the Nauvoo treasury to get paid? 6 times. There it is. Each time they gave him $1 to pay. They didn't have $6 to pay him off, but that's signed. That's John D. Lee.
So that's John, and he's the one that wrote Mormonism Unveiled, right? No, he was the one that was shot for the Mountain Meadows massacre.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Holy smoke.
But he's also tied to Mormonism, one of the anti-books, yeah.
Yeah, well, because I think Mormonism Unveiled, the first edition, was like the subtitle had something to do with John D. Lee.
Yeah.
But wow, so this is Joseph Smith's handwriting.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And signed as mayor of Nauvoo.
Oh, look at that. Joseph Smith, mayor. That's kind of funny. You're not used to seeing like Joseph Smith, mayor, like Joseph Smith, Esquire. No, wow.
Well, here's another one. Joseph Smith, mayor of the city of Nauvoo.
Wow.
Now here is King Follett.
Okay.
Buying the land. And this shows also they weren't planning on going anywhere because look when a payment is due, 1850.
Yeah, that's a pretty...
Yeah.
That's a 25-year loan right there.
Well, this is actually 18...
Well, I shouldn't say a 25-year loan. Like modern mortgages are 25
Yeah, this is 1840.
So it would be a 10-year loan. Yeah,
it's 10-year. He has a payment due in 1845, a payment due in 1850. And Joseph Smith, Hiram Smith, King Follett Discourse. I mean, there's only like 3 known documents, as far as I know. There's the King Follett Discourse, and then there's like 2 of these deeds. This is the only one in private hands. Church has the others.
Wow. That is incredible.
And of course, John D. Lee will be the only person executed for his role in Mountain Meadow Massacre.
Jeez. Wow. So he deserved it. He wrote an anti-Mormon book. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, because he was like he was one of the traitors. Then he like comes back to the church, right?
He's a scapegoat.
I was going to say, did he get thrown under the bus?
Yeah. He's the scapegoat.
Okay.
Juanita Brooks wrote a book. John D. Lee pioneer, zealot, scapegoat.
So they blamed him for the Mountain Meadows massacre.
Yeah. Even though there were higher ups calling the shots. That's been borne out in recent books.
Who were the higher ups?
Well, you got to go to the book. I'm not naming names, but
interesting. What do you think? Brigham Young called it?
No, but there were local leaders.
Yeah, didn't the local bishop get
stake president,
or the local stake president also get hammered because he was the leader of the local militia,
but nobody. The only person punished is John D. Lee.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
No, they put him. They have a picture of him sitting on the edge of his casket right before they shot him.
Jeez. Whoa, I've never seen that one.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, he's just sitting there.
Okay.
And this is he's the only one punished by the law.
Jeez. Okay.
It just seems unbelievable.
Well, no. So here's the deal. I actually think the dinosaurs were the dragons in the Bible.
Well, so I'm not doubting that there were probably a couple of dinosaurs and large lizard creatures, but I think it's become, since Jurassic Park, we've blown it out of proportion, and now we have we're like, oh, it was actually a Triceratops, and it's this color, and it's this. They don't know. That could have been a kangaroo skeleton.
So I'm not a dinosaur doubter, but I think the timelines are going to get blown apart in the next 100 years. Like, I live in California. They're digging a trench to extend the 405, and they find a woolly mammoth that's like 100,000 years later in time than it really should have been. And they realize that they survived past ice ages that they didn't think they survived past.
Well,
I think the dinosaur timeline is going to get blown to bits in the next 100 years.
I think our whole timeline's blowing up because first, remember, woolly mammoths were still around when the pyramids were being built, and no one realizes that weird crossover.
So Reid, do you have a dinosaur, dude?
I have a dinosaur in that vault.
Wait, get out of town!
So when you say you have a dinosaur,
wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by
fossil or a head or
a head?
Can we see it, or is that like off limits?
No, I can show it, but you can't show what's in the vault. You kind of have to.
Oh, yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. We can do that.
We'll point the camera away then.
Yeah, get on the other side. That's awesome.
Okay, you can't be looking. You can't be looking
until
I pull it out.
No looking.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready to see this.
Is this something?
It's going to be a prop from the Land Before Time. It's going to be a movie prop. There's no way it's a real dinosaur.
Is it an egg from the Land Before Time? What on earth is that? What on earth is that?
That's 1/5 scale from Jurassic Park. This is.
That's from the original Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, it's got the tube for the blood and everything. Yeah. I mean.
Can I see that? I won't. So was this a hand puppet?
Well, it had the rest, but yeah, I mean.
Oh my gosh, that's its tongue.
It's about as real as what they have in those dinosaur exhibits anyway. So, I mean...
Oh, I get it. This was the tongue, so it probably got flipped in.
Yeah. No, it's just, yeah.
So this is a hand puppet. Oh, and you stick your finger in here to wiggle the tongue. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is crazy. Okay, cool. You're right, Reid. You have... I should have guessed.
You know how I know he didn't have a real dinosaur head in there? Because they didn't exist. That's how I know.